In this chapter, we will study structure and composition of nucleic acid, types of nucleic acid, which is deoxyribonucleic acid, ribonucleic acid. Then we studied the DNA structure, polymerization, replication, and its function. Then RNA structure, types, and functions, genetic code and inheritance, principles of inheritance, and at the last, we will study mutation in nucleic acid. So, what is nucleic acid? Nucleic acids are macromolecules essential for storing and transmitting genetic information. So, nucleic acid is a macromolecule. It means that it is composed of small molecule called monomers or nucleotides. These nucleotides combine together to form nucleic acid. So, nucleic acid is a macromolecule, which means that it is a big molecule. So, how this molecule is formed? This macromolecule is formed from nucleotides, which are the unit of nucleic acid. Along with lipids, carbohydrates, nucleic acid is also a macromolecule which is found in the cell. So nucleic acids are composed of monomers called nucleotide. So this is the structure of nucleotide. A nucleotide consists of a pentose sugar, a nitrogenous base, and a phosphate group. So this is a pentose sugar. So it means that it is composed of 5 carbons. Carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, and here we have carbon number 5, and on this side we have oxygen. So at carbon number 5, phosphate group is attached, and at carbon number 1, the nitrogenous base is attached. So what is a nitrogenous base? There are 4 types of nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. In DNA, while in RNA, uracil is present instead of thymine. So there are 2 types of DNA: deoxyribonucleic acid called DNA or ribonucleic acid RNA. DNA contains the sugar deoxyribose. So here is the pentose sugar. So this is the carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, and carbon number 5. So if you remember what we studied in the previous slide, that at carbon number 1, nitrogenous base is present. It could be adenine, guanine, thymine, or cytosine. While we discussed that at carbon number 5, phosphate group is present. Right? So this is the structure of a nucleotide. This is the carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, 4, and 5. Right? And this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So can you identify the difference between this deoxyribose and ribose? Yes, you are right. You can see here that at ribose, at carbon number 2, we have hydroxyl group. While in deoxyribose, at carbon number 2, we have only hydrogen. So that is why this pentose sugar is called deoxyribose. D stands for deduction, oxy stands for oxygen. So it means that one oxygen is deducted from this pentose sugar. That is why it is called deoxyribose. While in ribose, we have hydroxyl group at carbon number 2. So this is the first difference between the DNA and the RNA. Second, DNA is a double-stranded molecule like this. We will study this structure in detail. While RNA is a single-stranded molecule. For example, this is the messenger RNA or this is the transfer RNA. Right? So it is a single-stranded molecule. DNA is responsible for storing and transferring genetic information from one generation to another, while RNA acts as a messenger between DNA and ribosomes to make proteins. Also, there is another RNA, another type of RNA which is called transfer RNA, which helps to bring the amino acid from cytoplasm to the site of protein synthesis. So yes, then we have ribosomal RNA, which also helps to make proteins. So DNA uses the base adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, while RNA uses adenine, uracil, cytosine, and guanine. So it means that thymine is absent in RNA and uracil is absent in DNA, right? So, what is DNA? DNA is a molecule that contains genetic information for the development, functioning, growth, and reproduction of all living organisms. So, for example, here we have a cell. Inside the cell, we have nucleus. Okay, inside the nucleus, we have chromosomes like this. Inside this chromosome, we have DNA. For example, this is the DNA. In the DNA, we have a structure which we called gene. This gene contain characteristics or codes for any character. Okay, now this character in the gene present in the DNA inside the chromosome, this character transfers from parents to their children, right? So that is why we can say that DNA is a molecule that contains genetic information. So this character or this genetic information, and what this genetic information is all about, it is all about development, functioning, growth, reproduction of all living organisms. Most DNA is found in the cell of the nucleus, in the cell nucleus known as nuclear DNA. Okay, so this DNA is called nuclear DNA, which is found in the nucleus, and most of this is the most of the DNA are nuclear DNA. A small amount of DNA is also located in the mitochondria, called mitochondrial DNA. Got it? So, what is chromosome? So, chromosome are tightly coiled structures and thread-like structures made of tightly packed DNA. So, here we have DNA. These DNAs are tightly packed into a small structure called chromosome. These are the thread-like structure. Humans have 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs. One set from the mother and one from the father. So, what are genes? Genes are the segment of DNA found on chromosomes. Genes are pieces of hereditary material that are passed from parents to offspring. They contain instructions to make proteins that determine traits. Human contain about 20,000 to 25,000 genes. So here is a cell. Inside the cell we have nucleus. This is the cell, this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus we have a chromosome. Then when we open up the chromosome, we will find a DNA, and inside the DNA we have a specific codes. For example, ATTCCG. For example, this codes for your eye color. Okay, or another would be CCGGAT. This will be code for your hair color. Okay, so this gene transcribed into messenger RNA. This messenger RNA then helps to synthesize the protein in the body. So in humans we have 20 to 25,000 genes.